everybody, I'm Kirsty Meakin from Nao Nails. In this video, I'm going to do a stiletto nail using a tip, and we're going to do it French. Oh God! I've already prepped the nail. Didn't want to have to show you that again, because you know that. I am going to clean it up. Just push that cuticle back. Okay, so I've got two different tips here, yeah? We've got one that's nice and pinched, and we've got sort of your generic one that's available. I want to show you how you can make this tip look like this. So you're going to hold it in your fingers just to warm it a little bit, just so it bends a little bit easier. And we're going to bend this and do like a little sort of dink through the centre. Now if you wanted to do a transparent look, obviously you wouldn't be able to because we've created a white line. So now we have a better shaped stiletto. With this tip it scoops up, doesn't it? Can you see that? Let's see how it's like. Whereas this one does not. Yeah? We can file this. Get these side walls nice and straight. So I'm only filing from here to here. I'm not filing this contact area. So we're sort of getting a little bit better with the shape, yeah? So it's the same principle now with the side walls. You want the side wall to run completely straight. You've got it dropping down slightly from the top, yeah? And the side wall's coming straight. With these kind of tips, you want the same as well. It's very tempting to do this because you're thinking, I want it to make contact with the whole nail. You know, all of this, especially if you're going about this far up, you'll be like, no, I need it all to sit on top of that nail, which will make the nail come up. Let me show you from the side. See how that comes up? No, we don't want that. We want this. See the difference? Not all of this edge will be connected to the nail. However, this one will sit on the nail. And that's because this slightly drops down. Yeah, so it's that curve, whereas this is straight. Does that make sense to you? So I'm going to show you with this one because this seems like it'd be the more difficult one to fit. So I'm going to do the same with the glue. So about 2 mil right on the end. So I'm anchoring it down a little bit so we get a straight side wall. Everyone see that? I mean, the glue's filled it really. There's just a little tiny lip here that hasn't got glue on. We'd have to sort of, I can really see it when I look here. So because it's straight, it kicks up more here. Whereas this one, because it's curved, it follows the curve of the nail, yeah? So don't be afraid of using those kind of tips. You just need to, yes, you need to fanny about with them a little bit more, but you can adjust them and make them a bit better than they are already. We're going to use the full length. If I was using this nail for an almond shape, I would drop it even more. I would drop it down even more. I'd probably even use this one because it fits better and drop that down a bit. So I can then come shorter. Does that make sense? Because if we drop this right down like this, shall I stick it on and show you? Yeah. I've not even sized this up, by the way. So we would file all of this section away. to make it shorter, both sides. That makes sense? So you'd make it shorter and more of an almond by dropping it down. You see how you got that straight side wall?
So you dropped it so that the side will always stay straight?
Yeah, because as soon as it comes up like that, you start to lose your structure and your strength. So the same rules, do those side walls first, and then you can see how much that really does stick up. So you've really got to blend this. Do you know how you can get away with all this messing about with the tips?
Sculpting.
No faff. Create whatever shape you want. Let me wipe over with the gel residue wipe off solution. And when I extend the nail bed, I'm going to extend it to about here. If we measured your nail bed, split it in half, and then the distance from here to here, we're going to do the same there. Yeah? That looks more aesthetically pleasing to the eye. So I'm going to dehydrate with the nail prep dehydrator. What was that all about? Turned into a Londoner. Then I've got the Ultra Bond Acid Primer, just on that natural nail. I'm going to use medium speed. Go and do it in 2 beads. It's going to be more of 2 medium-sized beads. I'm going to start on that natural smile line, but we ain't doing no natural smile line. I'm not about that life. Then we're going to tap, 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 pointing the finger down, and we're going to start this smile line where the natural nail finishes. So that's your starting point. So those corners here, that's where that natural nail finishes. So if you do that on each nail, you should end up with a more uniformed look, especially if you're doing a full French set. Now, you may not do a lot of French nails, but they are not easy to do. So I want you to practice them. So I want you to be out of that comfort zone. And we have a nice brick wall. Nice and high. I'm just wiggling the brush up there, just making sure there's no product underneath my brush. Yeah. So you can see we have a monster of a wall. And then I'm not going to bleed out that bead. I want it to be slightly wetter. I've talked to some of you about doing a slightly wetter bead at the back because it will be a little bit more flexible. I've not been to Scotland since I was about 17.
Oh, that long ago. You get a horse and carriage over here.
Oh! How very rude!
2 years difference.
He's old just like me. We are going to pinch this a little bit. So those of you that haven't got pinchers, you're going to come in with your thumbs. Or you're going to borrow a friend's pincher. Give it a test. Make sure you're not collapsing. And I'll be like, away with this one now. So it didn't take me long to put that on, did it? Probably going to add 30 seconds onto your service for a much more delightful look. So when I was saying about doing this bead at the back a little bit more wet, it'll give the product more flexibility. So if you look at the shape and the curves of the nail here compared to the shape and the curves of the nail here, they are different. And you want that to flex as it comes down. So if it's too rigid, it'll pop off. So if it's too thick, you've got a lip, it'll pop off. And if your bead's too dry, it'll also pop off, yeah? Okay, then we're gonna take a file and we're gonna file the smile line. And if you notice the angle of my file, it's not over, it's straight up. You want to get those starting points nice. So by that I mean these wings here. So really get them nice and sharp. So my angle's coming out a little bit so I can really get in there. Same with this side. And then make sure your brick wall is stood up nice and straight. Then I'm going to take a softer file because I want this edge to be smooth. If it's not smooth, those tiny little demarcations will get filled with product and it will slightly dull your smile line, and it's that little thing that will make a big difference. And I'm just going to file over the top here so I can truly see that smile line. I'm not flattening it off like this. You see how the dust falls and it shows you that crisp smile. So see, as I file that, can you see what I mean? It's showing you that crisp smile line. And that's what you're checking for. Because then you can see that that's going to be super crisp when you actually put product next to it. So you're going to dust off. I'm going to take my brush that's wet and go across that smile line. It'll slightly hydrate the product. And then come down the tip. That's going to slightly melt the tip as well, so it'll all bond together. I've got Mega White. Now, instead of tipping the finger down, we're going to tip it back. We want it to run down banks now. Nice big bead. Straight on. As soon as it's on, start to walk it down. And walk it down. You want to get the bulk of the work done. Don't worry about those tiny corners straight away. Don't like fanny about with them, and then the rest of your product is set. And now we're going to pat and press, pulling it to the tip. And as we're pulling it, we're actually smoothing the product at the same time. Right, so now I'm going to get tiny beads. So I'm taking off lots of liquid and I'm coming right in this corner. And then sweeping it flat. Make sure you're right in that corner. Some of you girls struggled with getting enough product in there. Maybe this will be your thing because we're going to add these extra little bits, so it'll help you because you'll be concentrating on adding in that section. Don't worry about pulling it over the top of your brick wall because we'll file through that. So I'm turning it over just to check for any little dips that I can't see, and I can see a tiny dip here that's really bugging me. So we want this to set a little bit. You can pinch it again, but it's pretty much pinched within an inch of its life anyway. So I'm going to do my normal filing routine now. Side walls first. So as I file now, you can see that that smile line's coming crispy. It's really sharp.
This is a bit spitty.
It's really sharp. It's that sharp, it's going to cut you. I do like this bit. We can sing it. I'm so sexy. I'm just sexy nail. All of it. Don't be afraid to move your client where you want them. That's it. So, girls, I'm just going to add some bling to this now. You really don't need to watch me to put bloody bling on, do you? So, I want you to get cracking with your nail. Yeah? So just put some bling on and more.
We have to do it.
You can have it. You can look at it now before you go in, obviously. Look. We'll chop your finger off. There you are. There you are, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Instagram. Give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. See you later. Bye-bye. Right. So.
Do you know how many of them I cut out?
Right, so Adam's making me do my intro in front of Eula. I think he just wants me to be really embarrassed.
Yeah.
Okay, girls. What are we calling this one anyway? A French on a tip.
French on a tip.
Yeah. Okay.
Stiletto.
Yeah. Hi everybody, I'm Kirsty Meakin from Neo Nails. In this video, I'm really embarrassed.
I just like good outtakes, that's all.
Okay.
No one look at her.
Don't look at me. Everybody's filming. Everybody's got their phones out. They're all filming. Okay, here we go. Hi everybody, I'm Kirsty Meakin from Neo Nails. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a stiletto nail with a French tip on an actual tip. I need to do that again because that made no sense.
It's been dead good all day as well.
One take wonders all day. Now you, Laurie, and I'm like, oh my god. Right.